So it started on Thursday. I woke up and I got on the road. The drive wasn't too bad. The drive was pretty easy. One thing you start to learn as you start to count cards more and more, driving is a huge part of it, unless you just like have, a lot of comps and you can just get casinos to fly you or get you places. I got there, was super pumped, got in the parking lot, got out, walked up to the casino, walked in, everything was going good, and there was only 2 tables open. Both of those tables were full, so I left and I went to the gym. I went to Planet Fitness. Haven't been to a commercial gym in a while. It was a really weird experience, but got to work out. Came back an hour later, tables were open, and I could play. I sat down. I bought in for about 300, playing well. Everything was fine. The first couple of shoes I won, I was up probably 100 to maybe 200 at that point. And then I had a shoe that definitely sticks out to where I had lost everything I had gained plus everything I had bought in with. After I bought in for another $100, I started winning endlessly. And then I was up probably $300 at that point. And then for the next 2-3 hours, I floated around that up 300 to 200 range, maybe dropping down to being only up $100 and just like staying in there, right? Since nobody in the casino really knows what I'm doing, they all just assume I'm bad at blackjack, which is really ironic. It's really crazy. So I go outside, I eat some lunch in my car. I am destroying the food in my car. Every time I go outside to eat a snack.
Shit, somebody come. Ugh. Fucking gross. Ugh. Oh my god. I feel like a fucking rabbit.
Trying to eat as fast as I can so I can go back inside and get more EV. The more time you play, theoretically, the more money you can make because that's the more EV. Card counting is all about EV, not AV. EV is your estimated value. AV is your actual value, right? Every game you play has an estimated value, your EV. I have an hourly EV on the game that I was playing of about anywhere from $34 to $40. It's more advantageous for a card counter no matter what to just play more, right? The whole point is to get hours in, not to, I made $1,000, now I can leave. No. It's, okay, I played as many hours as I can play, and I know if I keep playing, I'm probably going to start making mistakes, and I don't want that because that's when I'm going to lower my EV and start losing money. So guess what? Now I'll leave. Or, I'm just done playing and I don't feel like playing anymore. So there's a lot of ways to mess up or lower your EV, but I'm going to go over 2. Either 1, you make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you're not playing perfectly, and if you're not playing perfectly, you're messing up your EV and probably losing money. Second way to mess up your EV is for the dealer to make a mistake. Because a lot of the time dealers mispay, they'll accidentally pay you more, or they'll count the cards wrong. Dealers can make mistakes too, they're human, and that's fine, you just need to be ready to catch it. I had a dealer, probably her first couple of weeks in. She didn't realize that if I get insurance correct, and I insure up to half the bet, that I get all the money back. For anybody who doesn't know what insurance is a bet in blackjack. When the dealer has an ace up, you're betting that they have blackjack, and if you're right, you get all of your money back. If you bet the maximum in insurance, which is half the bet that you place down. So instead of just letting her play and, trying to convince her, I called over the pit boss because I'm not playing with my money. Dealer had blackjack and I got all my money. So I went out, got Chipotle, ate it as fast as I could. My stomach was hurting so bad. I walked back in. There is a table that has, the first 3 seats are full. And then there's a seat open, a lady, and then the last seat is open. And I was like, well, my bet spread requires me to bet with 2 hands. So I'm sure I can just ask her to, slide over so I can bet 2 hands when when it comes that time for me. She's just like, no, I'm going to play 2 hands. And the count keeps rising. And I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. And I'm going to need to play that spot. And I was like, do you mind if I just play it until you're ready to play 2 hands? She's like, no, we're getting good. And I was like, oh fuck, because we kept winning hands, and right. So when you're winning hands, when you're at a casino and you're playing with gamblers and you're winning hands at a table, like you win like 5-6 hands in a row, they don't want you to change anything, right? Because if I add in a hand, they're gonna say I throw off the rhythm of the cards and we're gonna lose. And I know that's not how it works, but they don't know that's how it works, right? And she doesn't play two hands, and I'm just like, well, I can't play this, so I'm going to get up. She doesn't play two hands because she wants to play two hands. She's playing the spot before the last seat, so if somebody gets up, she can play two hands and not throw off the rhythm of the cards. For a second, I was like, oh my God, this lady is so dumb. But then I thought about it, I was like, what if I was the person who was gambling and she was the card counter? Like, how is she supposed to know, you know? So at that point, I was like, that's enough gambling bullshit for me for one day. I'm gonna go to sleep. So I went to sleep in this trash hotel room, woke up 7 a.m. and went right back to the casino. Now this was great. Now I got there, I was the first one there, right? And then probably the third to last or second to last shoe I played. I had $700 in chip to start. Probably wasn't the highest I had been on the trip, but it was fine. Like, that was good. I had lost about 500 through the entire shoe. I was just losing. After a deck in, the count shoots up. We're already at a true 4. So I'm just playing max bet after max bet after max bet, and I'm losing, right? I'm losing, sometimes catching insurance. I'm losing, surrendering, winning one hand out of 3, and I'm like, fuck, man. It gets down to the very last hand, right? And I'm mad I didn't have the camera on it this time. My first hand, I got 2 4s. Second hand, I got a 17. Dealer's got a 6 up. If you know basic strategy, you know that you have to split 4s against a 6. And as soon as I saw the 4s, I was like, fuck, man, please. Like, I don't want to have to lose this big-ass split for no reason. So then I split it. Another 4 comes out. I split again. First 4, I get a 14. Next 4, I get a 6. Gotta double down. I was like, oh my God. Double it down, I get another 4. So another 14. My next 4 gets a king. Another 14. I have 3 14s on my first hand. 17, I stand. Dealer flips over the 6, there's a queen under it. I thought I was gonna die. I was so scared. So this is a $350 hand. For Steven Bridges or Colin Jones or like any of the other like blackjack guys on YouTube, this is nothing. But for me and my bankroll, that's a lot. And I was like, fuck, man. And I was so happy I won. But it could have easily have gone the other way. And either way, it doesn't matter which way a hand goes, because it's all about the EV, but it damn sure feels good to win some.